Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a very short video. I'll make that short as possible. We're going to be taking a full crash course on Premiere Pro. So we're going to be making that intro that you saw just now at the beginning of this video. So just going to go through that, and I'm going to teach you all I can within the period of time I have. So let's start up Premiere Pro. So your Premiere Pro should look something like this, just without all this. So we're going to create a new project. We're going to call this Premiere Pro. So I'm just going to call it Premiere Pro. Then it's okay. So like you choose browse. If you click on browse here, you choose where you want to save the file to. So what I usually do, I save it to, I go to documents, click on Adobe Premiere Pro 14.0, and I just create a new folder, Ctrl+Shift+N, and name it projects. That's what I'm saying. So this is where I save my files to. You get what I'm saying? So you save that here and hit OK. So the Premiere Pro will most likely start like this on the learning layout up here. So the learning layout, you most likely see something like this on the left hand side. So you see this. Well, I'm going to whatever is here, I'm going to be teaching you that in this tutorial, so you don't need to go through it. So assembly is where you deal with all your files, where you put them in, like you sort them out. Editing, you edit color, you adjust the color of your files. Then effects, you adjust your effects. Audio, you do audio. Graphics, your text. And libraries, just your general, like your source, you can have like your source files and code, something like that. So let's go to assembly so we can get our footages. So if I open up where I kept my files, so it's advisable to create folders here. So you can just, on this empty space in assembly, you either double click, then you go to where your file is saved in, or you just drag and drop. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be advisable to create folders, just to aid your workflow to be better and easier to find files along the line, because you don't want everything just gets clustered and then you start looking for files everywhere. You get what I'm saying? So you come here at the bottom here, you create new bin. So I'm going to name this footages, create another bin. Let's name it music. Then let's name this one images. Yeah, it's images. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Then inside footages, so into footages here, this is where we're keeping all our footages, all our video files that you saw. So in that footages, then I open my file, then I copy all this, just drag and drop. You get what I'm saying? Just drag and drop for this method. So you have dragged and dropped all that into here. So you see it's inside the folder, I see 10 items. Then under music, I get my music from here. This is it. Yes. Then under images, I put my Jester Film logo. Sorry. Yes. This. Okay, so that's step one. Now step two, which is the beginning of, okay, let's say like this next step to any edit you're going to do, that is making a sequence. So a sequence is just basically where you keep all your footage, like where you sort them out, where you arrange them things like that, your footage, your videos, your pictures, everything. So you come here at the bottom here, you click on sequence, then yours should appear like this. But what we're going to look for, we're going to look for ABCHD, this, then 1080p, because like that's the full quality. I want full HD in 60 frames per second. So I click on this. On your screen now, you should see some pictures around the screen explaining what this quality means. So if you see here, you can see this 1920 by 1080. See, 1080p HD video at 60 frames per second. Come to settings, you can change some of that here. So if you look at your screen now, you should see different aspect ratios like 2 by 21 by 9, 16 by 9, 4 by 3, 1 by 1, 9 by 16. So you see 21 by 9, that's for ultra wide screen, 16 by 9 for videos, for modern TV theaters, stuff like that. 1 by 1 for social medias like Facebook. You know the ratio of Facebook is different. So you see, if you look at HD, you have 1280 by 720. See, the videos are smaller. Then as these numbers increase, full HD, QHD, 4K, 8K, you see, do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm using 1920 by 1080p. That's full HD for this video. You get what I'm saying? I want the full quality. Do you get what I'm saying? So you just get that around here basically. So you can change things if you want to change them. But I'm sticking to 1920 by 1080. You get what I'm saying? So then you come to the bottom here, then name your sequence. So we're going to call it intro. Then you click on OK. Then this happens. So this section is called your timeline. So now I'm about to start editing. So I'm going to go to the editing layout. Hit Ctrl S to save. Yeah. So this is your timeline. This is where you edit everything you want to edit basically. So you have your video section up. You have your audio section down. So video section up, audio section down. You get what I'm saying? So let's start. Then here, this is where you see your sources, your effect controls. By the time we start walking through, you know all this stuff. Like this is your preview, your program where you preview whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from our footages. So these are all our videos that we're going to be using in this. And then these are all the music. This is the song that we're using. This is a picture. So let's drag this audio in. So like if you double click on this audio, you have the audio waveform appear here. So you can play through to see whether it's the audio that you selected. You get what I'm saying? So you first drag this down. I like editing to beats. So like it adds this kind of like effect to what I'm doing. So you hit. So now we're selecting here, you drag this into, you know what I'm saying, just drag and drop. Basically, just drag and drop it. So you see, I cannot drag it here because this is a video, this is video part of the screen. This is the video part. But I can drag it here because this is the audio part. You get what I'm saying? So I'll drag it in. If you hit, when you select the timeline, see it becomes blue highlighted like this. See, I'm highlighting different parts. When you select the timeline and you highlight it, when you hit backslash, it zooms into the timeline just a bit. Like it fits your full sequence, into the timeline. You get what I'm saying? So if I hit it again, it becomes smaller, hit it again, you get what I'm saying? So, but then you can use this manually to zoom in more, so you get more detail from your footage. You can drag this down to see more. Yours might not look like this. This is because I selected this. So yours will most likely use like this. But then if you want it to look like the way mine is, I prefer like this. To just change it up there. You get what I'm saying? So now the next step is this video. I want it to be 30 seconds long. So I'm going to set what we call in and out points on the video. So in and out point just basically selects where the video start from and where to end. People mostly use it for exporting, so that you just like export a portion of your full sequence. You get what I'm saying? But I want to use it to just demarcate so that I don't cross boundaries. I need like set boundaries for my video. So I'm going to hit I at this point or click on this. So you see, when in Premiere Pro and most Adobe products, when you highlight different buttons on the screen, it brings out shortcuts. So you see in brackets, see here, you see I. So if I hit I with this sequence part selected here, if I hit I, an in point is done. If I hit Ctrl Z and I press this again, same thing happens. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to write 30 because this is 30 seconds. So like, I'm going to write 30, hit enter. So you see that's cut to this point. Then if I come here and click this is my out point. I click this here. Then after that, leave it like this. This is what I want to just 10 seconds. So in this timeline, this is hours. No, this is seconds, minutes, hours. Then this is frames. So like, you know, mine is 60 frames that I said. So if I click on this and I just drag through, the last number that will appear here will be 60. So you see, if I'm dragging through, you see last number 59, sorry. So I don't know if you saw that, but like, see 59. And if I go one more step, I'm the next second. You get what I'm saying? So that's what that part just framed. So back to where I was. I've already demarcated my clip to 30 seconds long. So let's into the audio. Okay, so that's okay. I'm satisfied with that. Now the next thing we're going to start by placing markers on this audio. So if you listen to the audio, you have like spikes where the beats like snap, like that kind of stuff. So I like following the beats just to add that kind of effect to it too. So you see from here now, the first one like so what we're going to do is at this point you just drag your playhead. At this point when you have the first spike here, I'm just going to click on this or hit M. So now this is something you have to keep in mind. If you click M as it is with this audio selected here, the marker is going to be applied to the audio clip, not the sequence. So if I hit M, can you see the green stuff down here added to the clip, not the sequence? And I don't want that. What I want is for it to be attached to the sequence. So I'm just going to click out to an empty space in the sequence and click M. So what that helps me do is that anywhere I am, once I just click on this here, it's to just snap the playhead to that point. You get what I'm saying? So just click. So that's the first one. Let's move to the second point. We're just going to do them just a little bit. Okay. There's another one here. Hit M. Okay, another one here. Another one. Another one. So you use your arrow keys to move your playhead by one frame. See what I'm saying? If you look at the frames here, it's counting one because I'm using my arrow keys left and right to move it. But if I hold shift and use the arrow key, if I hold shift and hold the arrow key, it moves 5 frames forward. You get what I'm saying? So I'm holding shift now. 5 frames forward, 5 frames fast. I use it to skip through the timeline a little bit faster. You get what I'm saying? Snap here. Let's continue from where we stopped in labeling of sound. So another one here. Another one here. Another one here. Another one here. then the final one like that, and that starts around here. Go to hit M. So I've just like labeled our full sequence to the beats. So you have to say, if I come here now, you just once you pass it through those players, just you get what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our footages. So if you remember carefully, I first thing I started with was this destroyer ship video. So to click on this again, it appears here on your preview, like your pre-preview. Let me scroll pre-preview. So if you look at it, I can play through the video like I would normally do on this side. So just play through it to know where I want to cut. So I like to start from the beginning. So the same way with I and O there, you can hit I, move to somewhere else. I like to stop it at then O. So now I'm going to undo that and show you what happens if I just drag to timeline. So the same way you drag to timeline like this, it has the full video, and I don't need this full video. So I can just like I can do there are two ways of doing it. Either I just drag it down, just like cut it down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Either I do this way, or I can as well just before putting it into here, I just attack it from here. So I just hit I and maybe O around here. So when I drag it in, it becomes shorter. You understand what I'm saying? So I can see number of seconds here. So if I put my cursor here, see the seconds will be changing here. So if I want 5 seconds long, just drag it down. You get what I'm saying? So by the time I'm dragging it into this place, it will be 5 seconds long. You get what I'm saying? So let's deal with this 5 seconds long. So let's listen to the beat song again. Okay, let's put the next clip. I want to add this kind of transportation effect, kind of. So like this. You can drag it side and just snap it. Now, I want to show you something real quick. So you see, if I hide this layer and I play this ship video plays, nothing stopping it. But now once I unhide this by clicking the eye here, this video that is on top of it works in layers. So the layer on top overshadows the one beneath. Do you get what I'm saying? So like you can't see this hand because this hand is in front of you. You get what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So just so you see. So now let's I want to review this clip. I want the video to end about like here. So I'm going to hit O here. Then the in point should be like here. So let me just drag that in. Let me extend it to the side. You can't even. Let's see. Okay, that's one. Let's attack this clip. I want the clip to end about here. Start somewhere, maybe here. If I drag it in, have something like this. Or better still, let's just. Okay, now see something. This clip I just dragged in had audio, and now that audio just affected my main audio clip here. So let me hit Ctrl Z. So can you see this? So it's advisable for you to just be cautious of that and like move it up so that it doesn't. Or you can as well just lock this layer since you're not working on it now. So when I drag this one here, automatically it just skips that layer and you can't do anything to this layer now. So no matter how much I click, nothing happens. Unlike if I do this, you get what I'm saying? So you have to be cautious of that. Okay, so I'm going to extend the length of this like here. Let's try that now. Okay, the next footage should be this one. So I'm going to teach you something called framing, scaling to frame size. So you see, this video is portrait, and it's not showing the full portrait of the video. So if I right click on it and say scale to frame size, you see the full portrait here. You get what I'm saying? So now this portrait here by double, if I click on this video, it opens here. Effect controls. Under motion here, I can now adjust the scale to scale it in so it fits the screen. You know what I'm saying? That black is not necessary. So just fit the screen. Just I'm going to change the quality of my preview to full because my system can handle it. Just if your system is like about 4 gig of RAM or below, I advise you to keep it on 1/2 or 1/4. The quality will not look nice when watching it. It looks something like this. But when you export, it will be better. It just helps you like so your system can handle it. So but since mine can, I'm leaving it on full so I can enjoy the full quality. So this section here, I see me this position. So this is your x-axis, your y-axis. If I move it, I see it moves along the x-axis. If I move it like this along the y-axis, so I'm going to let the video be about here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play it now. So the beats comes in here. So now we're going to use what's called the razor to cut this clip here. So you see the razor tool here. C, you click on it to cut. You know what I'm saying? Either you click on it or you just hit C and then it changes. So you click on it, the cut wherever you want to cut. You know what I'm saying? So you hit V to change it back to this hand here. Then you select, then hit delete to delete that portion. So let's play it through from now. Let's play what we have here. It's changing the beat. Okay, next clip, if I remember properly, was this one. Okay, now this one is also portraits actually. It's actually portrait, but then for some reason it's already scaled to my frame size and I like the way it looks here, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So play it through. So I just play head here, I'll snap it to like snap it. Now I'll just hit C to cut it, V to delete, V to select, then delete. Then the next clip was this one. So you have this video like this. What I want is when he starts okay. Actually, don't know what I want. Let me see. Okay, down, up, down. Okay, let me stop it here. O and drag this in. So you see, like it snapped. You see, can you see the arrow? Just snaps to that point. So I just cut it around here. Take up satisfy with this. Okay, the next clip was this one. Just snap it in there. Hit C to cut it out. Delete. Okay, now I just want to extend more to like two of it. Okay, let's see. Then the next clip was this one. So now this is where the work actually starts from. So we're going to scale this one to frame size like we did last time. But let's see how long will it be. Okay, let's quickly edit this. Double click on it here. I want the video to start about here. So let's be like, let's say 5 9 seconds. Okay, so let's just drag this in. So now that we're coming to the end of the video already, if you're enjoying this video right now, so please make sure you like, you subscribe. So there's something I usually do, which is when I get to the end of this clip. So you see, I shorten this clip to 30 seconds long. So I don't want to be putting so much effects where I'll now have to still cut it out. So that's why I started this in and out points at the beginning, here and here, to 30 seconds. Now, so that I'm still within that time, I'm going to put in the ending part of the clip, which is my logo here. This is the last thing I want to show. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to scale this to frame size. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Like just this, just fit it here. Hit C to cut it at the end here. Delete. You know what I'm saying? So that no matter, I'm sure that I just have this space here to do whatever I want to do again. You get what I'm saying? So whatever I want to do, I do within this short period of time, and I don't cut into the time that I want that effect to take place. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I want. You get what I'm saying? So now with this one, I'm going to teach you something called nesting. So like in Premiere Pro, you can work with several sequences in sequences. So this is a full sequence here. I can as well say I want to make another sequence here, and let's name it Yam. Then we just put in our footages at random. So like change, keep sequence settings, keep it, drag this beginning, do this. Let's drag this one, that one. Keep sequence settings. So like this is inside the sequence presently. You get what I mean? This is inside sequence presently. So just play this, blah blah blah. And inside sequence Yam, I can now come and say I want to drag this Yam sequence. Can I see the logo at the bottom here having this? While footages have this, while videos with audio have this, and audios alone have this. You get the concept. You just this logo is maintained. So I can drop this sequence here that I created into this sequence, meaning that it plays what I made here. So if I was to move this here or delete this, meaning that there will be a blank space within this time to this time. When I come back to my sequence here, I play through blank space, blank space. You get what I'm saying? So just delete it. We don't need this now. So delete, hit save. Make sure you're saving your work. You never want to lose your files, trust me. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to make a sequence from a clip. We're going to do something like that. We're going to do something called nesting. So nesting is, instead of coming here to create a sequence and then having to put the files again, blah blah, I can just, from the timeline here, since I already put this one here, just right click on it and say nest. So next we're going to call this multi-color, and when I double click on this, it opens that clip again, like in another sequence. You see, can you see it has the sequence logo? You know what I'm saying? So just double click on it, it opens up here. So I'm going to scale this to frame size. Now we're going to do something called crop. We're going further, we're going more advanced here. We're going to add in effects to these clips. So add an effect. Let's add a crop effect. So just write crop, because we want to, if you remember clearly, like in the video I played at the beginning, they were like different colors, about 6 of them. So we're going to do one now. So just add crop on top of this. So from the left hand side, it works in percentage. Can you see, as I drag it through, just moves through. You get what I'm saying? So just, I want it to stop like here about 30. Then from the right, like this, to like 18. So I'm going to move this XY axis to the right here. So I'm just going to duplicate this. So to duplicate a clip, you just hold Alt and drag. So Alt, drag. You can select all this and drag. You get it. So that's it. Then we're going to move all 6 of them. So the next one, move to the Y axis like this. Move it. Move it. Just use your discretion to kind of align it, kind of move it, remove it. Okay, and then the last one. How did I even do that time? Okay, so this last one isn't going to fit here because of how much I cropped out. So I'm going to delete this one, and we're just going to increase the crop kind of a little bit so that it fit. Let's adjust that. So you see, editing sometimes just try and error kind of. Let's move this way. Let me hide this layer. Okay, no. Let's change that. Let's start from the top one here. Let's move it to the right. Let's change it to like 28%. Change this to this. I think this is okay. So that's 1428. So we're going to apply 1428 to 28. 14. Roughly aligned, I guess. So if you come back to intro here, that same effect just got applied to your clip. So you get the concept of nesting kind of. So if I drag this down, yeah. So next step, come back here by double clicking, hit backspace to expand the timeline. Then we're going to be adding keyframes here. So you see, now we're going to add a keyframe to the sequence of this one. So if I come here into multicolor and I click M in the sequence like I told you that time, I click M, sorry, wrong, click out and click M. It applies to the sequence of multicolor. So when I come in here, it shows on the track, kind of like shows on the clip. You know, it's a sequence in a sequence, so it shows on the sequence of that sequence. You get what I mean? So just to get it correctly, I want it here. So if you put your playhead here and you double click on it, the playhead moves to that point too when it opens up. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll click on it here, double click on it, hit M to just like divide it. That's what I want. So now we're going to add in another effect called Tint. Tint is what enabled me to change the color of the clip. So when I change, if I apply the tint, you want to apply effects, remember, just drag and drop onto the clip, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. So tint works very simply. You see, it has changed to grayscale, that's black and white. So if you look carefully, there's black and there's white, obviously. So if you scroll down, you see map black to black. So the black part of this screen presently, we can map it to, so we're going to drag red down here. So you see, can change this white to, let's say, green. Yeah, and something like that, I guess. So add this, you know what I'm saying? So then the next one, let's change the black of this one to like just change any color you wish, as you please. Just basically as this. Change it to, let's change to yellow. Yellow. Okay, that's too bright. Change the white to black. Let's try that. Okay. This actually, I think I should have done this to the original one I did. Makes it finer, I guess. Adding two colors and not white. Then let's leave this one in the middle as the same. Let's leave it like that. And the last one, let's change, second to last one, let's change it to blue and yellow. Let's try yellow, green, greenish yellow. Yeah, that's nice. And let's do something opposite. So let's add greenish yellow. Yeah, it's not like this, and let's add the green. It's okay. No, that was wrong. Let's blue. Yeah. So you have this awesome masterpiece of colors. So when you come back to your timeline, you have this. Ta-da! So come back here. Now we're going to be doing what's called keyframing. Now, there's a little saying I say, which is keyframing is the soul of editing. Like I feel like there's no editing without keyframing. No keyframing without editing. There's no editing. It doesn't whatever, it doesn't matter. Because every single effect you add to a piece of a clip, or like it changes over time. Not every single, but those like transitions, they're just changing over time. So basically a keyframing is changing properties of a clip, picture, and audio within a specific amount of time. Yeah, that's what it is. But what does Google say? Keyframing are important frames which contain information of a start point of an action. A keyframe tells you about two things. First tells you about the action frame, blah blah. So what I'm saying, from a beginning point to an end point. So basically, we're going to set keyframes from point to point. So the first keyframe I'm going to set starts from here when the beat comes in, like the second beat. So the beat should be around here. So that beat that was here. So from here, I want the action to start. We're going to come here, click on this. Now we're going to come here. So you see, there are stopwatches at the side of all this. Anything that has a stopwatch at the side can be keyframed. Anything that doesn't cannot. It's as simple as that. Even these colors can be keyframed. For instance, if I was to keyframe the color here, let's say I swap them or something. So I'm going to change from here to this point. So you just drag your player to the point, to the end point where you want the effect to take place. So I want this one to change to green, and I want this one to change to red. I just swap them kind of. So what will now happen will be something like this. You see, just transition, you just swap. So that's what keyframing is basically. You see, it's just awesome. See why keyframing is? Keyframing is the way it's editing. So now we're going to apply keyframing of movement. So I just apply keyframes to this part. Now I'm going to apply keyframes to the motion of this clip. So you click on motion. Now from what point to what point? From this point to this point. This is where I want it to stop. I want it to stop around, like, let's say just about 5 frames before this part ends. So just 10 frames. So by the time I come back here, yeah, around here. So, yeah, let's leave it like here. So I want it to stop here. So I'm just going to move it. I want to move to the center. So now if you check it, the center of this whole thing is 960 by 540. I'll explain that to you now. Basically what that means is this. You see, when you click on these clips, the middle of the clip is in the center apparently. So if you check it, the position of the clip is 960 by 540. If I move it away, it's not more in the middle. You get what I'm saying? So I want to move those clips to the center. So that's why I'm putting it at 960 by 540. So now there's one more thing to keep into consideration about this. Okay, I'll talk about that later. So they'll click on it back. Then I can take a keyframe on this one. So from there to about where did I stop it out? So about this point. So if it's here, then I'm going to come here and just write 960. I was already on 540. So that clip has moved. If I play this through, you see, it just moves to that point. You see, animation. That's the beginning of animation. So next one, add a keyframe. Just click on this Let's click on that on all of them. Then that diamond appears. Once that diamond appears, that's your keyframe. That's it. So from here to here, you keyframe this, and you keyframe this to 960. 960. Yeah. So basically, all of them just move to the center. But I want to change something. I want this gray one to be on top. So I'm going to, that should be the one in the middle. So just move it down to top. Yeah, I want it to have this kind of, how I put it. Yeah, see. Yeah, so it looks like this, like they're all coming to the center. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Yeah. So that's the first keyframe we're adding. The next one is a keyframe to the crop that we added. So I want to remove all the crops. Right, click here, delete tracks. Yeah. So I want to remove that crop that we added. So I'm going to add a keyframe, top and right on all of them, left and right, left and right. Yes, left and right. So with this done, from this point to this point, I want this thing to come back to 0, 0. You feel me? So 0, 0, 0, 0. So if I play that through, it's going to boom, ta-da, awesomeness. So like that, that's how I did that movement part. So we're going to now, it's something called ease in and ease out. Ease in and ease out just allows that kind of soft movement, kind of, you know, it's kind of linear now, just boom to the point, straight to the point. On the screen I should see like a playback showing what's the difference between linear and ease in and ease out. So you might not see it here when I do this, but it has its use, trust me. So it just makes the animation less harsh, just makes it warmer, kind of. So I'm going to ease in like so, like when it's coming in it's soft, but ease out when you're leaving it's soft. You know what I'm saying? So just highlight it, ease in. It doesn't just work for movements only, it works for any keyframe at all, but I just want to apply it to this ones. I'm okay with the way this ones react. Just see, just slow down close to the ending. You see what I mean by the animation I'm playing for. So you come back here and then you have this one now. Yeah. So that's all for that part. Then the next footage we're going to add will be this one. Let's cut this here, delete this. Yes, so there's one more part to that. My J-Star Films logo now on top of this. Let's get that quickly. Yeah, that should be this one. So cut it out here, done. Delete. Yeah. I want the J-Star Films to disappear once it crosses this line. You know something like a line kind of stuff. Just that's it. So I'm going to hit C here. No, let's add a transition. So you come to effects. You can this effects part you can do it here, but then like it takes time to just be transporting there and then coming here and then just to come here and click on effects. There's no point of that. So video transition, dissolve, cross dissolve, just drag and drop it to the timeline. Hit V, you adjust the length transition. Just blend. So you just fade it out. Right now, so around the end like here. Just yeah, that's what I want. So go back to editing. Yeah. So play this one. Let's also cross. Let's dissolve into this. So I think let's just here, just softly in. Then this footage. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this one to add an effect called chromatic aberration. So just chromatic or just write aberration. Aberration. So you just drag and drop this onto this top layer here. Then this happens. So you see all those glitch effects that people are always so fascinated about. You can do it now. So I'm just going to add keyframes, kind of add keyframes from one point to another. So I'm going to keyframe all this. Then from this point to this point, I want it to just move in. Yeah. Sure. Let's see. Okay. And then when it comes back here, I want it to go back down. Okay. So let's see that out. See what I'm saying? So then here to want this one to, let's see, this nah, it's kind of getting off. Let's do it like this. Then at this point I want everything to come back to 0 0 0 0. Whatever you have done, just go back to 0. So scale, take it down. Just okay. One more person didn't have an effect. Let's take this down. Taking it down like this. Nah, there's no point of this guy. Nah, it's too much. Delete. Just try to keep things simple and steady. You can move this around. Just change when things happen. Just move things around. I'm saying, let me make it settle before down. I guess. Just do whatever pleases you. I think I'm going to move this one here. This one here. This one here. This one here. Yeah. Better how we say that. Just flow through. Let's start this one. Okay, so you see, just oh my god, mistake. So just flow through that. Yeah. So I'm going to fade this out. Let's cut it here. Let's add dissolve. The close-up just makes things warm like this. I want it to, yes, I don't want it to be too harsh. I just want it to, or better still, let's just leave it that way. Yeah, just it's okay that way, son. Play it through. Okay, so you see, well, We're almost done. Let's just cut this audio clip. Cut the audio clips too long. Delete this. So if you play it through, you should have something like this. If you're following, you should have. Congrats if you are following me to this point and you're still getting it. All the clips should be in the description. I'll drop the link. Okay. So the next and the final step is adding text. So you come here to this point and you hit. Now on switch, if you hit your upper arrow, just skips to different cuts on the timeline. So you see. I'm hitting down arrow now. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want to do. So I hit Ctrl T, or I come here and click on text, then just tap somewhere on the screen, or I go to graphics, come to edit, and I click on this text. So you have those three methods. At least you have those methods of doing that. So the next step is, so I advise you to click this so that you don't get tempted to click this by mistake, because like when you do this, it alters things in ways you most likely not like. So if you see this, you see text VFX, you see this text, I move it about. As I move it, you see that the values on position changes. So just click on this, move back to center. Then this is the scale. So now we're going to be adding a 3D effect to this. Let's move back to 100. If you want to change the size of it, don't change it here. Change it here. Just change it here. It's much more better here. But if you want to change the scale, so I think I'll just scale it up to be big here. Then I'll drop the scale down here. So now you see, as I'm scaling it down, there's something called anchor point. This is an anchor point here. So anchor point is basically what the system takes as the center of this stuff. So for instance, if I was to scale it down, to scale to the anchor point, do you get what I'm saying? So it scales to the anchor point. So if I move the anchor point to this button by clicking on anchor point here, let's move it down to here. Just move to the bottom of the clip, like here. If I scale down, it scales to that point. You get what I'm saying? It also affects rotation too. So you see, rotation rotates on that anchor point. You get what I'm saying? If I move the anchor point down here, it will rotate on the anchor point. You get what I'm saying? Change back to 0. Change this back to, I don't know, I change 540, 960, 540, yeah, 965, let's just leave it there, then put this in center. So we're going to add an effect, a 3D effect actually. So let's put the anchor point at the corner here. I want it at the corner. Okay. So we're going to come to effects. Here we're going to add 3D. Basic 3D. Just drag and drop it here. Then you see this comes up. If you see this, the rotation stuff, you can rotate it. Go back to 0. Rotate it, you tilt it back and forth. So all these stuffs are keyframable, you get what I mean? Like zooming, that kind of stuff. So not zoom, but it's just like at perspective, you get what I'm saying? So just feed that to your taste. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keyframe that. I'm going to keyframe everything. So I'm going to adjust it. I want it to look like is resting on the camera kind of. So So adjust the rotation. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's scale this to 100. Let's scale down. Yeah, let's scale it down. You might have issues with it because, like for instance, if I was to scale this to 100, sorry, if I scale to 100, some parts get chopped off because of this 3D stuff here. So if I undo this and bring things back to 0, bring the position back to the center, like this, everything shows. But once you start editing these 3D parts, things, because of the angle, so you just best to scale things down. You know what I'm saying? So just scale things down just to be on the safer side by applying those effects. So I'm going to do that again. Let's scale down rotation. Okay, let's do this. I want it like this. You get what I'm saying? So just adjust the angle just a little bit. Just adjust it. Yeah, look like this. So from here, you keyframe it. Okay, let's do rotation, anchor point alone. Let's just keyframe this, this, and this. No, keyframing distance to image. So from here to here, let it zoom in. Let it zoom in like this until it just disappears. So that will look something like this. You get what I'm saying? So just like boom, come on. You get what I'm saying? So then at this point, you can delete this. So just scale it up like that. Then at this point here, you just let's say we see this. Now I'm going to add like an easing here, like easing, just to add that one slow it down. Let's ease it out too. Let's ease out too. Ease out and ease in. You know what I'm saying? Just feel around with it. Enjoy yourself. Ease in. So here we're going to add an angle. I'm going to move something similar to this one. Let's duplicate it here. Let's write create. Well, I'm not just keyframing this now. Go to keyframe this. Go to adjust the angles of this. So to reset most of all this. Reset them. Reset. Oh, mistake. I was affecting the result. Sorry, mistake. Make sure you select what you're viewing. So play is not only what you're editing. You click on what you want to edit. So you set this. I think I want to adjust the angle. Okay, I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Let's change the text to create. So adjust the rotation, something like this. Oh, mistake. Adjust the rotation. So I'm saying hide this guy. Very tempting. Create the so what I'm going to do is just create here. We're going to keyframe the movement. So going to keyframe it from here. I want to start from here, like at the top here. So I'm just going to come to positions here, click on keyframe, then just see what I'm saying. So from here to let's move that keyframe to the beginning. Let's add it on the bit. Let's move here. Let's start like here. So move this down here. And from here to here, this next keyframe, this next point. Yeah, so just move it down. Scale this up. So just duplicate this. Going to reset this. Just set it and make it. Oh, make sure you select this. Make sure you select the right one. I don't end up deleting for something else. So select this. Yeah, I want to reset this. Make it closer on the angle like this. Now I'll change this. Double click on it, change it to create. Then we'll keyframe, do some keyframe. Just image, just remove that. I want it like this, so this angle like this. So do some keyframing to this point. Click on position. So I'll go to moving the position again. So click on position. This is the endpoint. Then you drag it this way. Yeah, so you save your work. So when you play it, just please, I want you to play out. I don't want you to just stop there. So I'm just going to edit that keyframe now. So just continue and build out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like how it goes up, so I'm going to move this down soon. So I just did. You know what I'm saying? So just that's one. Go to duplicate this here so that another keyframe comes to another one comes, but from the other side. So I'm going to remove this keyframe, reset this, set it, and set this. So that when I adjust the angle of this one at the beginning, just change things up, change the location, just move it down. Yeah, rotate to maybe change the rotation. Yeah, move it up. So let's change this one to imagine. Yeah. So it's going to start about, I want it to start here. I want it to start like here. So I just add that kind of overlay effect kind of. So the position, we keyframe the position start from here. And up a little bit. And end at just let it end somewhere here. Margin. And move it down. Yeah, I'm saying. So when you play it through, it will look something like this. So you see, just make sure everything works well. This one didn't finish well. Didn't finish well. Yeah, it's working now. Want it to still show more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this add that kind of affecting angles. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Then for the final effect, so you see this multicolor is one more thing I need to add to it because I like the way the background is black. So I'm going to add something called the color mate. So I'm going to move these two up. Select both of them by holding shift. Move it up. Then you come to project here, click on this color mate. Okay, let's pillar off-white. Say okay. Drag and drop this like you normally would. Trim it, delete, drag it down. I just have something like that. Okay, so this one I'm going to add another text here. Ctrl T. Now this text, okay, call it here. Delete this, let's drag it down. This one is going to be, let's try. Scale this down a little bit. Okay, we're going to use this font. So we're just going to write JSAP. So you just scale it up. Scale it up. I actually want it to be as this big bold. Okay. I want it to be as big as possible. Fit as much of the screen as you can fit. Yeah. So now we're going to come here, add a new layer, rectangle. So you click on V so I can adjust the rectangle's height and width and stuff. You adjust it, let's cover the full screen, or let it cover how much you want it to cover. So if I wanted it to be like this, so just move it down behind it so it feels like this. Then change the fill to white. Let's use another color. I really don't know what to do right now. Now change to white. Stick with white. So then we click on JSTAR films, we come to mask with text, then invert, then this happens. Yeah. So that's how I did that part. Then you come to here, click on JSTAR films, you adjust the position property, drag it down. Make sure you click on JSTAR films. Do not click on video. Hide this, please, because it causes issues for you. So you drag it down like this. This is where it begins. Then this one, Now the white part of it, you can also keyframe that part too. That's shape. Can move its position to start from here. So I want this white part to have that from here to here to cover the full screen. So I'm going to keyframe it to position from here to here. I want it to cover the full screen like this. And from here to the end here, I want it to still remain at that point by clicking this. Then from here to the end, let it finally move out. So just move out. Exactly. So you play that through to look like this. Exactly. So then for the J-Star films, we are going to move this one just a bit. We'll come to J-Star films here, adjust the position, keyframe. So to start from, let's see, start from here. And when it gets to here, should have reached this point. You get what I'm saying? Then from this point to, or basically just start the keyframe from there and move your player to the end. And then let's do this one. Move it. Just move it. So it ends like this. Let's continue moving to the end. Like this. Like this. Sorry, mistake. So just move it out. So when you play it through, so looks like this. But I want I want this part to flow with it. So I'm going to stop it here and move this to here. That. Yeah, I'm saying just, yeah, that's it. Move this guy. Let it come to rest here. So you see, simple editing. You see, editing is not hard. And that's how I played the intro. So now let's preview this by hitting this. Play it. Okay, so that's how the video is. Now I'm just going to add some transitions at the beginning and the end to end the video. Figure out the mistake. So you click on effects, add video effects, sorry, transition. Let's do that in the effects part. Then go to dissolve deep from black. So I start from black. Then I want this one to dip to white. You get what I'm saying? So you play it again from beginning black. remember one more thing. I need to add one more clip to this overlay here. Cut it here. Cut it here. Delete this. Scale to frame size. I'll click on this. Share controls. Scale it. I want it to be like at the edge. Yeah, they play it through. Now let's just quickly go to color. I want to adjust the color of this guy. So color correction, you can click on auto. Just adjust it and brighten it a little bit. Just the saturation, I want it to be much more saturated. And do this. Saturate a little bit. Yeah. You see? And if you want to retouch this audio, like just come to audio. See the audio here. Just maybe you want to reduce the volume or increase it. I think we're okay at 0. Okay. It's 0. So if you have an audio like sound or voice, add effects, audio effects, the amplitude, the delay, just look for noise reduction, so the noise you just drag and drop onto the audio clip. So basically that's just all for this crash course. So now the final part is exporting. So now since you set in and out points, it only exports the in and out point. Okay, you can change that, but then basically you go to hit Ctrl M, or you come here, scroll down, you click on export, Ctrl M. So you change this format to H.264. It will be on match bitrate, so you change it to high quality 1080 HD. So you look at this, it writes 76 megabytes per second. So I advise you to click on Q. If you click on Q, you're meant to have installed Adobe Media Encoder, which is add to Adobe Media Encoder. It helps you to export faster and more efficiently. And since you might be working on so many projects later in the future, sometimes you just want to export a small part and continue working, or you want to export a small part but not export it now. So you just like get that section out and just keep it for the meanwhile. But you can't just do that on Premiere Pro. So you just Q. When you click on Q, Media Encoder opens up. So this Adobe Media Encoder opening project, then it appears here. Then your quality and everything like you saw that last time appears here. Just change it and click on this to select where you want to save it to. Let's save it to videos, intro, crash. For the crash course, save it there, and just 1080p. So you see different qualities like 4K, like that. So just really high quality. Then just click on OK. Then you click on the play button. So just export. It might not be this fast on your system. It depends on the speed of your system. Like or if you don't have Media Encoder and you want to export from Premiere Pro, hit Ctrl M, same thing, you just choose your location. Let's say video, this one just be intro, click on save, then you click on export like this, you just select all that stuff, export, and you export. So you see it's done. So I'll just go to where that folder is located. It's under videos, and let's just play this one. Double click on it. See? Exactly. So you see, that's all. So please, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it. If you have any questions, any new videos you'd like me to make, just leave a comment in the comment section.